Hello and welcome back to the Southern Bourbon and Whiskey Talk channel. This is Chris, and today I'm going to do a video that I've been meaning to do for a few weeks, and primarily I want to review Evan Williams bottled and bond and everything, and I talked about this bourbon a little bit in the budget bourbon video I did on how to start a collection with a mixer, a good sipper, and a rye for under $75 or $80, right? So I want to do a video review of this, but I also want to compare it to my favorite go-to bourbon, and that's Wild Turkey 101. And everything. So you know, Wild Turkey 101 and even Evan Williams bottled and bond kind of have a bad rap out there because they're inexpensive products, and a lot of people tie being inexpensive to not good bourbon, and that's totally not true. I mean, on the flip side, a lot of people think because a bourbon's allocated and it costs money that it's going to be good. Well, that's not the case either, I'll tell you that. So that's what we're going to do, is primarily review Evan Williams bottled and bond, but we're going to compare it to Wild Turkey 101. All right. So before we get started, you know, to all my returning subscribers and my viewers, welcome back. I really appreciate your support. If you're a new viewer and everything, I really appreciate you coming out and checking out my content. Go out and check out my other content. I have over 30 videos out there now. I just got the channel started in September, October this last year, I believe it was. So check out that other content, and also take some time to subscribe to the channel and smash that alert button so you don't miss any content when I post it. All right. So also, if you could and you like this video, hit the like button and even put some comments out there. I'd like to hear from you on what your thoughts are on Evan Williams bottled and bond and Wild Turkey 101, or what your favorite kind of go-to frequent sippers are, right? All right, so with that, let's get started. And so we'll pour these up. So Evan Williams bottled and bond, let me open it up. It's a new bottle open, so I need to go over there and get my infinity bottle and pour into my infinity bottle here in just a second. So hang on just a minute here. Let me go get that. So let's do our neck pour into the infinity bottle. Okay. Okay, very good. And then we'll pour some into our Glencairn. Alrighty. And then let me close up the infinity bottle. I do plan on also at some point doing a video on infinity bottles and everything, and kind of talking about, you know, what they are. Everybody has different definitions of an infinity bottle. Kind of talk to what I do with mine and everything. So, okay. So let's pour up the old Wild Turkey 101 here. Okay. All right. So let's get into these and take a look at them and kind of compare them side by side. The colors, I'll hold them up. The colors are very similar and everything. So, and this is the Williams Bourbon. So I'm going to kind of give it a little swirl around the glass and everything, and let's twirl it and get it opened up. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing to the Wild Turkey 101 here. And we'll give them a nose and see what we get on them. Well, that's a pretty darn good quintessential bourbon on the nose. Get some brown sugar, like molasses, some corn, some very light barrel oak on it and everything. And that smells really good. Okay, so let's get into the Wild Turkey 101. The nose on them are very similar. The only difference, like I said, you get the light oak, you get the brown sugar, molasses. You know, the only difference is there's and it's hard to always put a finger on. There's a funk is a bad word about it. So with Wild Turkey, it kind of has that, and I love it. You could call it like kind of leather or just like a dusty, you know, kind of deal. But boy, it smells good. Yeah, the Williams is just more tame and everything, and there's a good reason why. And it's because both of these bourbons have the same mash bill and everything, and I'm going to pull that up on my phone here. So the mash bill is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. And you know, this is the Williams is 100 proof. The Wild Turkey 101 is 101 proof, so very, very similar. You know, because this is Williams is a bottled bond. It's aged for at least 4 years, but beyond that, we really don't know anything and everything. And just from, you know, the nosing of the two, I would say it's pretty darn close to 4 years, between 4 and 5 probably. And the Wild Turkey 101, again, same mash bill. It's non-age stated, but you know what information I can find online, it's a blend of barrels that are 6 to 8 years old, so it has some more age on it, and maybe that's why I really prefer the nose on this just a little bit over the Williams and everything. And then the price point, to talk about the price point, both of these are very affordable bourbons for anybody. So don't just think it's for the inexperienced, newer bourbon drinker. You know, Wild Turkey 101's been a go-to of mine for a long time. And you know, Williams, it's a good sipper, and we're going to get into it, but I primarily used it as a mixer, but it is good. Okay, so let's get into the palate and compare these two. And again, I prefer the Wild Turkey 101 nose just slightly. Okay. All right, so a decent finish on it. Up front, the nose carries through to the palate and everything. The mouth feels kind of average, and on the back end, I get more like vanilla bean on it and everything, but very solid, man. I'm telling you, for the I think I paid a little over $17 for it. Just a really solid pour for $17. All right, so Wild Turkey 101. Yeah, more pronounced flavors there. More brown sugar. There's definitely some vanilla bean there on the back end. The mouth coating is kind of average, and I get some of that the sweetness off of it. It has more of a sweet characteristic as far as the how long it lasts on the palate compared to the Evan Williams. But again, very close as far as the preference. I mean, this is a Wild Turkey 101. Depending on where you live, you'll pay $22 to $25 usually. If I had to choose which one, I'm buying, and it really, I guess it depends on what the purpose is. I mean, if I'm buying a daily sipper, which that's what I've used Wild Turkey 101 for, that's where I'm going between the two. If I want a mixer, I'm gonna use Evan Williams and everything. So, but that's not to downgrade Evan Williams as a sipper, because it's good, and I'll use it as a sipper as well going forward. And Wild Turkey 101, again, excellent sipper. It can also be used as a mixer and everything. I've mixed a cocktail or two with Wild Turkey 101. But again, my preference is the Wild Turkey 101. I'll pay the few extra dollars for that if I just had to bring one of them into my house over the Evan Williams and everything. But both of them, again, delicious. Yeah, the only difference, and it's not big difference, is you can taste a little bit more age on the Wild Turkey 101 versus it tastes a little younger and everything. So a little more grainy, not quite as refined as the Wild Turkey. Yep, absolutely. Just more pronounced quintessential bourbon on the Wild Turkey 101 over the Evan Williams. Just kind of my opinion on the assessment. All right, so let's end the video again. This is a solid comparison because it's the same mash bill. The proof, one proof point difference. Different distilleries, you got Heaven Hill, Evan Williams over here, and you got the Wild Turkey distillery here. The age, there's probably a year to 2 years difference, a year to two more on the Wild Turkey. But excellent products, both of them, for the price. You can't beat them. And I'll tell you, both of them, especially the Wild Turkey 101, would beat out a lot of higher priced bourbons that I've had over the $50 price range too. So, all right, with that, my friends, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take time to do so. If you're a new viewer out there, please subscribe, smash that alert button, like the video. Comment on what your thoughts was on Evan Williams Wild Turkey 101 and what your go-tos are and everything. All right, with that, again, friends, thank you very much. Cheers and good health to you.